First impressions of Way to Yaatra. It's an indie game platform, a video game, released on Steam as a free to play. The description of this game goes as follows. A Way to Yaatra narrates the path of a small pilgrim who has received the call of the gods, who responding to his will embark on a journey through the altars in search of ascending as divinity and complete himself. During the tour, the player will experience intricate puzzles and zones of maximum ability. The trip will take the pilgrim to climb Mount Itkinkala, a sacred and hostile place for anyone who wants to discover the truth that plagues those lands, where the gods reside as a unit. Developed by Utah students as a fun project, the Way to Yaatra team is pleased to present you a game created with passion that we hope you like as much as we do. So that will be the information on Steam. It's pretty much a game made by university students from Utah. Great for them in making this game. Really great. Now, the gameplay starts off very simple and can get very challenging at times. So, when you start this game, you run towards the gods of this mystical place. They gave you a mission to embark on a journey. I'm gonna be very honest. The gods look very intimidating with those big shark like teeth after finishing talking. You meet this old man that helps you out. He can be very snarky at times, but that's okay. The gameplay makes uses of different spears to get through the level, and some blocks to either jump on them or use to press buttons. You can use the spear to activate the buttons on the wall, and there's also some buttons on the ceiling, so you can also use that as well. I was only able to get two different spears. The normal one, the one that you get at the very beginning of the game, and the cloudy bouncy one that looks like one from Dragon Ball Z. I did read in the description that there are four types of spears that can be unlocked in the game. While I was playing, I did get far into the first part of the game. I was only using the cloudy, bouncy cloud spears for the most part. But yeah, maybe the basic spear becomes more important later on. What I do know is that the bouncy clouds are far better in reaching certain areas than the basic ones. After you complete a level, you can move to the next one by moving the character in the map. Kind of looks very similar to like a Mario game where you can select the next level or you can play the previous level as well. But the gameplay does feel more slower because there are puzzles and you can get stuck on some of them. To note, I did get stuck a lot on some of them. I was not able to figure my way out for a while. Alright, yes, there are also checkpoints. So the game is not too punishing. There are some ghost like figures that arise from the ground. Yeah, those will be the checkpoints. I do like checkpoints personally. One thing that can ruin a game for me or make a game very frustrating to play is if you have to start all the way from zero, because then you have to play very perfectly, and I'm someone who plays far from perfect. I mean, I make constant mistakes when I'm playing. So yeah, kudos for the game to have them. It eases up on the gameplay when you make a lot of mistakes. Now, I did manage to reach the first boss of the game. Yes, the Stone Gate Guardian. I'm gonna name it like that. I'm gonna just name it the Stone Gate Guardian because I don't remember if it had a name. Now, the fight revolves around you running away from this like stone monster, and then you have to activate some contraptions to release like these mystical balls onto the stone guardian. I will give points to the game to have something like this. Normally, in a platform type of game, you would have pretty much your character jumping on the head of the monster to damage it. In this game, you have to resolve a puzzle while at the same time running away to win the fight. Also, another note, you can continue running the map. You can just continue running, and the map will repeat itself. You know where the old cartoons like the Flintstones or Scooby Doo, when you have the character running and you see the exact same background over and over and over again. Yeah, it's similar to that. So if you couldn't get all of the balls the first time, if you run enough time, you'll have a chance to do it all over again. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. To conclude this video, it's a fun puzzle platform game. It took me around 2 hours to complete the first part where the Stone Guardian is. So the length of the game seems fairly long. If you like these types of games, I will leave a link to the game on the description below. Also, it's a free to play game if you wanna check it out. Alright, thanks for watching. See ya.